everybody. How are ya? All right. Okay, yeah, there we go. Anyways, I'm done sharing. There we are. So, okay. Some pieces moving. All right. Okay, all right, people. Anyways, well, welcome to Big Jims Blogcast Live. Yeah. All right, so I'm just checking out the notifications here. All right. So, anyways, welcome to Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 7.0, episode 328. Let me just do adjustments here. It is Sunday, October 5th, 2025. Thank you for joining me. All right. So, anyways, let's see here. Lots of notifications. Okay. So if you're, nothing much is new. Anyways, I will give you my intro here. Welcome to Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 7.0, episode 328. Big Jims Blogcast Live airs Sunday nights. For if you're watching for the first time here, we are Sunday nights on Facebook and the occasional Fridays and the occasional Wine O'Clock Wednesdays. We're in our 7th year as Big Jims Blogcast Live. Was debuted back in 2019. So this year, expect more craft beer reviews. We've done over 250 plus. Tonight's craft beer, it is called Galaxy Warrior by the Torch Brewing Company in Grand Bend, Ontario, Canada. We paired that with like a good cigar, spirit, rum, whiskey. Pairing that off is a Gibson's Finest Whiskey, and what have I got here? I got a good cigar here. It is a Jose El Piedra, so I just light this up. All right. Excuse me. All right, hold on a sec here. All right, so yeah, like I said, craft beer reviews, pair it with a good cigar and spirit rum like Gibson's Finest Whiskey. So if you're a first-time watcher, with retro, vintage, classic, nostalgia, yesteryear are the buzzwords here. We talk about classic movies, classic rock, classic toys, classic pro wrestling, classic TV, with classic albums, along with This Week in Van Halen History. We do along with local events, bongos, countdowns, birthday shout-outs to all of our friends. Our good buddy Cactus Jack. All right. So, yeah. The blogcast, now seen in U.S. and Canada, is now worldwide. We're seen in the U.K., Mexico, France, Spain, Germany, etc. So thank you for watching. Tune in and turn on and enjoy the show. Politics and religion are banned here. What do we got here? All right. And we aren't spam. So I'm going to go over this. This is probably going to remind people tonight. Big Jims Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on all these audio listening platforms. There's a podcast too, plus Spotify, Apple Podcast, all these audio listening podcasts where you listen to your platforms, you listen to your podcast too, plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast Live at youtube.com. And I also, want to give a shout out to watching the Sarnia Port Elgin group. Sarnia rocks. Michelle, you guys rock. All about Sarnia. You gotta love Sarnia 2.0. All the pop culture, retro, classic, vintage, nostalgia, yesteryear groups. Okay. Whoops. No, not there. All right. All right. So, anyways, love the 80s. There we go. Done. All right. So, anyways, craft beer, cigars, all the pop culture, retro, classic, vintage, nostalgia, yesteryear groups, all the Van Halen, hard rock, heavy metal, classic rock, John Schneider, John Denver groups, craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Trek, Star Wars, pro wrestling, all the blog and vlog groups, classic TV and movies, birthdays, bongos, Rubik's, Knight Rider and Dukes of Hazzard fans, all those groups out there. I want to give a special hello to because we're having a debate tonight between whether who's better, Kit or the General Lee. All right. All right, I got a good cigar here. Anyways, El Piedro. It is a Jose El Piedra. I got that like at London Mart. All right. So, anyways, we got. I will give you my disclaimer first. All right. I may say a few bad, dirty words tonight, like shit, damn, screw, fuck. If you hear those, if those happen to slip out, go to your safe space, and do whatever you do there. So, all right, and we've got bongos here tonight. All right, I am going to try and do some more sharing here. All right, so anyways. Come on. All right. Iron Maiden. There we go. All right. All right. There we are. Bingo. All right. So, anyways, yeah. Now we get down to our craft beer review tonight. Before we do that, we're going to do some birthday shout-outs, some countdowns, local events. We got a John Schneider triple shot tonight. His movie, Eddie Macons' Run, The Dukes of Hazzard, Season 7, the last ride of The Dukes of Hazzard. We go over that season. Classic tag teams, the Freebirds, the Roncore and the Roncore guy from Return of the Jedi. Our classic board game Twister, Rockstar Plane Crashes, John Denver. Our classic album from John Denver, Too Good to Stop Now, and This Week in Van Halen History. All right. All right, I got a good cigar here. It is a Jose El Piedra Habana Cuban. All right. So, so let's get going here. We've got our craft beer. Our craft beer tonight comes from Grand Bend, Ontario. Torch Brewing Company. It's called Galaxy Warrior Session IPA. Now, I've got one of their glasses here. They're a good little they are. Before we get to that. Torch Brewing Company, awesome little brewery on Highway 21 in Grand Bend. I'm going to pour it, but then I am trying this beer for the very first time tonight. So, but I'm going to, before I try it, oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. All right. So look at the texture of that, the thickness. Now, before we go over, okay, we've got Galaxy Warrior Session IPA by the Torch Brewing Company in Grand Bend, Ontario, Canada. Now, I will set this back here. I will go over my rating system here. I give it a 1 to 10 out of. I rate it 1 to 10 out of the Blogcast. Let's go over 10 outstanding, 9 awesome, 8 excellent, 7 very good, 6 above average, 5 of average, 4 below average, 3 not very good, 1 terrible, 1 awful. So we want it to land up in the 10 to 6 area there. So, yeah, like I said, it's got to grow on me all through the Blogcast, and I am trying it for the very first time tonight. Another thing I wanted to show you guys is the Growler. This is your Ontario Craft Beer Guide. It is Volume 6, Issue 1. It tells you all about the up-to-date craft breweries in Ontario, Canada. It is only $3 a pop at your local liquor store or your local craft brewery. So yeah, pop one in. It tells you all about all the up-to-date craft breweries in Ontario. So there we go. All right, well, we'll put that back. Like I said, I do give this this beer a rating of 1 to 10. 1 out of 10. Maybe what am I going to give it? It's got to grow on me all through the Blogcast. So here we go. I'm going to take a swig of Gibson's Finest Whiskey. All right. Cheers, everybody. Oh, yeah. So, and like I said, we got, this is Galaxy Warrior by the Torch Brewing Company in Grand Bend, Ontario. Got their glass, going to give it a top up. The thickness of that, like I said, I'm trying this for the very first time tonight. So here we go. All right, dry. Okay, give it a little top up here. Like I said, there's the look at that, the texture of it. Okay. All right. Wow, rather. Okay, that's different. Okay, now it's gotta grow on me all through the blogcast, and if you want to throw out a big number between 1 and 10 during the blogcast, see what you think I'm going to give it, please feel free to do so. So we're all about audience participation here at the blogcast. Again, it is Galaxy Warrior Session IPA. Now, what does it say on the back? Galaxy Warrior is a light and refreshing IPA with an out-of-this-world flavor punch. It's dry hopped. Yeah, very dry hopped. With Galaxy and Simcoe hops to provide citrus and fruity characteristics with a light hop flavor. Hope you enjoy. Well, I hope so too, because it's got it, like I said, I have all the blogcasts to have it grow on me. So, all right, a little bit of flavor in there, a little bit of citrusy and hoppy flavor there. So, yeah. Other than that, very wet. Oh my God. So I might maybe contradict myself, I don't know. But yeah, it's a very, goes down, it's got a dry aftertaste to it, but I'm sure that's going to fade away. So I will just set this back here for now. And like I said, if you want to give it a rating out of 10 later on, I do give it a rating out of 10 later on the blogcast, so if you're still here and sticking around, feel free to feel free to throw out a number between 1 and 10. All right. All right, got a good cigar here too. It's a Jose El Piedra. Oh, all right, got the going on here. Big Jim. All right, Big Jim Blogcast Live, you there? Yeah. All right. So, yeah, we're gonna get started. We're gonna get some birthday celebrations going on. Our countdowns, local events, and like I said, John Schneider Triple Shot movie, TV album, plus our classic tag teams, the fabulous Freebirds, the Roundcore and the Roundcore guy from Return of the Jedi, excuse me. Classic board game Twister, Rockstar Plane Crashes, John Denver, classic album John Schneider, Too Good to Stop Now, and This Week in Van Halen History. So, right on. Bam. I've got his movie on right now, Eddie Macons' Run. All right, well, let's get into our birthday shout-outs here. All right, so we just started off like with Cactus Jack. All right, now birthday shout-outs, September 29th to October 5th. And if you're watching, they go out to Loretta Harris, Teresa Burke, Penny Lawler, Maureen O'Neill, Teresa Gregg, Bilal Pervez, Carla Belrose, and Brian Pinnell. All right, I will repeat that. Happy birthday shout-outs go out to Loretta Harris, Teresa Burke, Penny Lawler, Maureen O'Neill, Teresa Gregg, Bilal Pervez, Carla Belrose, and Brian Pinnell. All right. Birthday to you. All right. There we go. So happy birthday, everybody, and I hope you, on behalf of Big Jims Blogcast Live, it was a fun one. You had a fun birthday. You deserve to treat yourself. All right. All right, few things get us started here. Now, if you want to call me up on the hotline, 1-800-867-5309. It's toll free to call. You can call me on your rotary phone or your cell. Say, hey, Jim, how's it going? How's that beer going? We love the blogcast. So once again, it is 1-800-867-5309. Toll free to call. Call me up if you're bored. All right. So, yeah. Boom. Bit of bongo there. And, once again, I'm going to remind everybody tonight that Big Jim Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all these audio listening platforms. List your podcast. You can find on the YouTube channel, Big Jim Blogcast Live at youtube.com. All right. And I want to give a shout out to you watching the Sarnia Port Elgin group. Sarnia rocks. Michelle, you guys rock. Supporting Sarnia 2.0, all the pop culture, retro, classic, vintage, nostalgia, yesteryear groups, all the Van Halen, hard rock, hair metal, classic rock, John Denver groups, all the craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Trek, Star Wars, pro wrestling, blog, classic TV and movies, birthdays, bongos, Rubik's, cubes, and Dukes of Hazzard, John Schneider, and Knight Rider groups. Right on. But anyways, yeah, I'll be asking the question all through the blogcast. Who would win in a battle between Kit and General Lee? All right. Okay. All right. I'll show you again. Who would win in a battle between the General Lee and Kit? All right. So anyways, all right. One thing other. All right. I've got like the cube here. Now this is a legendary toy from the 80s. I've taken out of its Big Jim Blogcast Live coffee mug there. Now I'm going to do this. This is, like I said, the Rubik's Cube. If you're under 30, you probably don't know what that is. It's you have to. Premise is pretty simple. You have to get all four sides. All 9 sides. Same color. But tonight I'm not going to do that. It takes too long. I'm going to focus on the color white tonight. So here we go. All right. Come on, you biatch. Let's go. All right. There we are. All right. How do I... come on. Okay, well, all right. Well, that's how I got so far, so I will put it, this is the first of 4 tries tonight, so that's like right there. So I'll just put it in this, Big Jim Blogcast Live coffee mug, harmonica, and so right on. So anyways, here we go. You're just joining us tonight. This is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 7.0, episode 328, Sunday, October 5th, 2025. We are beginning fall. So I think I will share this some more. Group. Okay. All right. All right. Whoa, wait, no. All right, no, wait. So, but anyways, yeah. Our craft beer tonight. Accompanied by a great cigar, a Jose El Piedra, and we've got with it like Gibson's finest whiskey. There we go. All on ice. Wow. Cheers, everybody. Tonight's craft beer. It is Galaxy Warrior. It's a session IPA by the Torch Brewing Company in Grand Bend, Ontario, Canada. I have one of their glasses here. And like I said, I'm trying it for the very first time tonight. Here we go. Dry, citrusy aftertaste to it. Whether this is a spring, summer, or fall beer, I will let you know all through the blogcast. It's got to grow on me. Um, mm, mm. All right. So whether it's a salad, steak, beer, right now, yeah, I can taste the citrusy and fruity elements to it. I can taste it does go down, have a really dry aftertaste to it. So, but I will put this back here for now. And like I said, I do give it a rating out of 10 later on the blogcast. If you're still here and sticking around, feel free to throw in a number between 1 and 10, like so many people have done in the past. There we go. All right. So yeah. Mm, 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 mm. 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 I am just sharing this blogcast. There we go. All right. Okay. Oh. Yeah, Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 7.0, episode 328, Sunday, October 5th, 2025. We're going to get into some countdowns now. All right. So, we've got Halloween, which is 26 days away. Thanksgiving, which is 8 days away. Christmas, which is 81 days away. Boxing Day, which is 82 days away. And the last one, which is really depressing, winter. It's 77 days away. Wintertime, 77. So if you're enjoying this weather out here, enjoy it. So, yeah. All right. Other than that, personally, in my life, I've got a new car over the weekend. I don't have it yet, but it's like a Hyundai Tucson. So, anyways, so, yeah. Thanks again. This is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 7.0, episode 328, Sunday, October 5th, 2025. Thank you for ending your weekend with me. All right, well, every day. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. All right, so there we go. Just all right. So anyways, okay, people. Let's get into some local events here. So, anyways, Sarnia Record Show, presented by SW Records, Sunday, October 19th, 2025, from 11 a.m. till 4 p.m. That gets you Royal Canadian Legion, 286 Front Street North. It's going to be, it's like 11 a.m. till 4 p.m., $2 to get in. Every record genre, like hard rock, classic, country, western, every genre album will be there. Saturday, November 22nd, 12 p.m. Bizarre Winter Solstice Market, 12 p.m. till 6 p.m. Vendors and food. It's going to be at the Point Edward Community Arena Hall, free admission. Sarnia Psychic and Crystal Fair, November 7th to the 9th. Quality Inn, 751 Christina Street North. Palm readers, healers, mediums. Don't pass up on a chance to get there. Rumblefish, the band, Friday, October 17th at Imperial City Brewhouse. Imperial City Brewhouse, another one of Sarnia's better brew houses, craft beer reviews. 7:30 p.m., 1330 Exmouth. Monsters Ball at the Group Nurseries, Friday, October 17th, 7 p.m. to 11:59 p.m. Presented by Blue Water Health Foundation, 1840 London Line, Sarnia. Saturday, October 18th, at 7 p.m. is Dueling Pianos, again at Imperial City Brewhouse. It's an all-out piano, all-request piano show. Tickets are at the door, so there we go. Fright Fest in the Village, Saturday, October 11th, 2 to 8 p.m. Mod's Variety, 125 Mitten Street, Sarnia. Free activities as vendors and all that. Again, Imperial City Brewhouse. Oh, wait. Halloween Party with Painkiller Jane, Friday, October 31st, 8 p.m. Tickets at simpletix.com. Live music, costume contests, right on. Friday, October 17th, 7 p.m. is Gala Night at Glasstown Brewing Company in Wallaceburg, Ontario, 1331 Davis Street, in support of the Branch 18 Legion Revitalization Project. Inner live music by CDDC. Silent live auctions, $325 a ticket. So there you go. That is like local, all your local events there. So right on. All right. So boom. All right. Again, I'm posing the question to people. Who would win? Who would win, the General Lee or Kit? There we go. So, anyways, that's going to come up. So it was 40 years ago this year that it was the final season of Dukes of Hazzard. So, Before we get into our movie and everything like that, I want to remind you guys that Big Jim Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and all these audio listing platforms. Which your podcast to, plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jim Blogcast Live at YouTube.com. I want to send shout outs to everybody watching the Port Elgin Sarnia groups. Sarnia rocks. Michelle, you guys rock. Supporting Sarnia 2.0. All the pop culture, retro, classic, vintage, nostalgia, yesteryear groups. All the Van Halen, hard rock, heavy metal, classic rock, John Denver groups, craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Trek, Star Wars, pro wrestling, blogspot, classic TV and movies, birthdays, bongos, Rubik's, the Knight Rider, Dukes of Hazzard, John Schneider, David Hasselhoff groups, right on. So, yeah, all right. Who's going to win? Kit or the General Lee if they did battle with one another? That's the burning question tonight, and I want to, and you can answer it all you want to. So there we go. All right. So anyway, wow. So with our craft beer tonight, it is accompanied by a Jose L. Piedra Cuban cigar. Our craft beer tonight, accompanied by Gibson's Finest Whiskey. All right. Oh, yeah. Cheers, everyone. To the end of the weekend. We've got our craft beer for tonight, and somebody shared this with the Torch Brewing Company. It is called Galaxy Warrior. It is by the Torch Brewing Company. It's a session IPA. They are in Grand Bend, Ontario, Canada. Great little summer town. Okay, hold on a sec, dude. All right, all right. Okay. Okay. All right, that's better. So they are in Grand Bend, and Torch Brewing Company is right on the strip. Drop in and see them if you want to. It is called Galaxy Warrior Session IPA. I am trying it for the very first time tonight. Got one of their glasses. All right. Okay. Okay. So, very dry aftertaste to it, but you can, very hoppy. Does pack a punch. It's it's like you got the citrusy tastes to it. It's very like an arid desert mostly, and like I said, I do give this a rating out of 10. Do give this a rating about from 1 out of 10 later, at the end of the blogcast. So it's got to grow on me all through the blogcast. So I might wind up. What do you think I'm going to give it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Tune in. If you're still here at the end of the blogcast, you want to throw out a number between 1 and 10. Feel free to do so. Okay. All right. No, there we go. We'll just put this back here for now. Like I said, that's a beer that I'm trying for the very first time tonight. So, all right. Again, Kit versus General Lee. What's the burning question? Who'd you rather? I mean, who's better? Who would kick whose ass? Kit or General Lee? There we go. So that's the burning question tonight. Come on. I know you're watching in the Knight Rider Dukes of Hazzard group, so you have to give me your opinion. Would kick the General Lee's ass, or the General Lee out-jump Kit? All right, so here we go with our John Schneider triple shot. So there we go. Mr. Schneider, we've got like his movie. All right, we've got his movie. I've got it on right now. It's called Eddie Macons Run. It's a cool movie, actually. We've got like the there we go. Eddie Macon is running from a nightmare, running to a dream, and running for his life. There we go. There's the theatrical poster for it. We've got so I've got it on right now. It was released March 23rd, 1983. So hey baby, Heidi, how's it? Yeah, you're just right on time there, babe. So all right. So anyways, let's see. Ooh, wait a minute. All right. There we go. Doing some adjusting here. I'm just going to see what this was. Ah, there we are. All right. So it's Eddie Macons Run. All right. So anyways, released March 23rd, 1983 through Universal Pictures. I've got it on right now. Starring John Schneider as Eddie Macon. Kirk Douglas as Carl Marzak, cop who goes after Eddie Macon. Lee Purcell and Lee Ayres. Okay, so basically the budget for this movie was $5 million. And it didn't do as well as... come on. There we go. Didn't do as well at the box office. It only grossed like $1.2 million. This was supposed to be John Schneider's breakout movie. Well, let's go through it and see what happens here. So, yeah. I think this was in like maybe the second, maybe sixth season of The Dukes, where he was filming this movie. So Eddie Macon, played by John Schneider, is escaping from prison in the opening of the film. Eddie moves from Florida to Texas with his family to provide for his wife and son. His temper lands him in jail over a pay dispute, and he tries to escape. He's captured and joins a furlough, and he has like a long prison sentence. Now, Eddie and his wife, Chris, plan out his escape, leaving. He's escaping during the prison rodeo, hiding in a cattle truck, trying to reach the U.S.-Mexico border in Laredo, Texas, where Chris and Eddie will meet up and live in Mexico. Now, Macon is being pursued by Marzak, played by Kirk Douglas. He's recaptured Macon once and is tracking him, but is thwarted by the characters hiding Eddie Macon. Along the way, Eddie meets Jilly Buck, the niece of the governor. She is sympathetic to Macon's plan and helps him get to Mexico. Marzak catches up with Macon in Laredo, but decides to let him go, assuming that if Eddie Macon is with his family, he won't be a threat to anybody. Macon meets with his wife and son over the Rio Grande border, and the movie ends in that location. So, yeah, it's like I said, it was a pretty cool movie. I've got it on right now. This was supposed to be John Schneider's breakout role, but it didn't quite take off at the box office as expected. Like, I mean, I posted the trailer and then several scenes from the movie on my Blogcast page, so look for them. Like what it says on the back here, Hollywood legend Kirk Douglas stars with John Schneider. This action-packed Eddie Macon's Run. Time is running out for Eddie Macon. He's trapped in a Texas jail on trumped-up charges. He'll do anything to make it back to his wife and child, but if he's caught, he'll be back in the pen for life. So, yeah, and you pretty much know. And of course, John Schneider provides all the music for this movie. Like, just, all the, if you find me in Laredo, baby, I'm gonna miss you tonight. No, well, I'm not gonna. All right. So, anyways, Kit versus General Lee. Come on, people, speak up. All right. So I'm gonna be doing that. All right. So yeah, we've got like Eddie Macon's Run. If you see this in like your local videos, Walmart or any like thrift store, pick it up. It's like a good entertainment. Like it's a cool movie. It just didn't do the box office that everybody expected for like John. All right. So anyways, yeah, we've got Eddie Macon's Run. I got it playing on right now. I did post several of like the scenes from the movie and the trailer on my Blogcast page and my Facebook page. So there we go. All right, bam. All right. It is Big Jim Blogcast Live, episode 328. Sunday, October 5th, 2025. Thank you for ending your weekend with me. All right. So we've got good cigars here. All right. So, yeah. Boom. All right. Bam. All right. And again, if you want to call up the hotline, 1-800-867-5309, your rotary phone or your cell, and say, hey, Jim, how's that beer working out? We love the blogcast tonight. And, yeah, 1-800-867-5309. It is toll free to call. So, anyways, yeah. All right. Don't forget. Boom. All right. We've got our craft beer for tonight. It's accompanied by Jose El Piedra Cuban cigar. Accompanying that is like Gibson's finest whiskey. All right. So, all right. We've got, yes. All right. Our craft beer for tonight, it is Galaxy Warrior. It's by the Torch Brewing Company in Grand Bend, Ontario, Canada. I've been there several times. That's a cool, it's right on the strip, can't miss it. Right on Highway 21 in Grand Bend. And they had some winning beers here, too. So, and I've got their glasses. I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight. Okay. All right. Dry, very dry aftertaste to it. There's a little bit of citrus flavor in it. I'm going to let this grow on me all through the blogcast. Like I said, I do give it a rating out of 1. I do give it a rating out of 10, from 1 to 10. And why don't you throw? If you want to throw out a number, feel free to do so. Yeah. Thick texture to it. Look at that. So, I'll just send this back here. All right. So, like I said, it's got to grow on me all through the blogcast here. So, anyways, Kick versus General Lee. Who would win? All right. Kick-ass ability. All right. The better car, the better, better reputation. Let's go. All right. Let me hear you. Let me hear from you. So, all right. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah. So as we move on, we've got in our second. All right. So, anyways, just a good old boys, never meaning no harm. Beats all you never saw, been in trouble. I better not sing the rest. So we've got the Dukes of Hazzard, the very last season of the Dukes of Hazzard there. So the 7th season, this was it aired from September 21st, 1984 to February 8th, 1985. It's been 40 years since the Dukes of Hazzard, I assume. Thing is, you know what? I didn't really watch the last 2 seasons. I caught myself up on like last 2 seasons in the past couple of years, though, and I got to say, like, oh, God, okay, but yeah, millions of kids like me back then grew up and outgrew the Dukes of Hazzard, though. But we got, yeah, and the Dukes. All right, so here's the cast of the Dukes of Hazzard. All the cast members there. You've got John Schneider as Bo Duke, Tom Wopat as Luke Duke, Catherine Bach as Daisy Duke, Denver Pyle as Jesse Duke, James Best as Roscoe P. Coltrane, Sonny Schroyer as Enos Strait, Ben Jones as Cooter Davenport, Sorrel Book as Boss Hogg, and not pictured is Cletus, one of the deputies, played by Rick Hurst. So this is the last ride of the General Lee. What does it say on? Just like Punch, peach ice cream at the church picnic, nothing lasts forever. Yep, this is the Duke's 7th and final lap as Bo and Luke go hightailing and start the 17 good time episodes. So that's all I needed to know. Now, They, season 7, they were ranked number 41. That means 13 million viewers. See, what led to that? Season 1, ranked 20, mean 21 billion viewers. Season 2, moved to number 9th place with like 18 million viewers. Season 3 was the best season of all. They ranked number 2, which means a 21 million viewers. Season 4, it slipped to number 6. That's because before we get into the season, we'll understand. I'm going to want to make you understand why Dukes of Hazzard was its last season. These guys, Coy and Vance Duke, in season 4, John and Tom Schneider weren't getting their royalties, or they sued Warner Brothers for royalties over merchandise like the Dukes of Hazzard die-cast car, like stuff like that, and Dukes of Hazzard lunch pail, like merchandise. Felt that they should get a piece of that. They weren't getting it, so they were literally replaced by Coy and Vance Duke, and ratings hit the shitter for it, as expected. So the damage was done in season 4, which had slipped to number 6. That means 18 million viewers. Still, though, the damage was done for the Dukes. So we're in season 7. Season 5 slipped to number 34. Ranked number 34. That means 17 million viewers. Season 6 slipped back to number 30, ranked number 36 with 16 million viewers, and here we are, season 7 in the 84-85 television season, ranked 41 with 13 million viewers there. So, so anyway, just a good old boys. And before we get into that, before we get into the season there, you have to understand they were in their usual Friday night time slot. Friday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., where they were for the past 7 seasons, and they were getting, holy shit, were they getting slaughtered in the ratings? A show they had all right. So, anyways, they were on CBS. No, NBC had V and Knight Rider directly opposite them for the fall schedule, and also ABC had Benson and Webster. So Benson and Webster. So they were getting, like I said, the Dukes of Hazzard were getting slaughtered in the ratings by Knight Rider. And so they were the new kids on the block there. So anyways, and I watched. Like I said, the damage had already been done in season 4 with Coy and Vance Duke showing up, and then the Duke, like Bo and Luke coming back again at the end of the season, miraculously come back from the NASCAR circuit. So and it helped that the lead in. So it's so like I said, I was not home during, I skipped the last 2 seasons of the Dukes of Hazzard in their original run. So, but I did, like I said, I did catch myself up. I got the box set for last Christmas for my brother. So I caught myself up on season 6 and 7, and I got, holy shit, guys, people. You know what? It's like I came home one night. All right, so I can clearly. This was a memory from 1985. I came home. I was 15 years old, 14, 15. I didn't want to stay home on Friday nights anymore. I wanted to go out with my friends. So I came home one night from movies or wherever, and I clearly remember my dad saying, "Hey, you missed the Dukes of Hazzard tonight." And I looked at him publicly, I said, "Dad, is that show still on?" And I think that was the attitude of millions of kids like me back then who grew up with the Dukes of Hazzard and just simply outgrew them. and there's only so many times that you can like crash a car, basically. And I think the cast members were getting tired of that. So, and this was like, yeah. So, but Kit versus General Lee. Who's better? Who would win? All right. All you got to say. So basically, we get into like the get into like the episodes here. All right. So, anyways, some of them are pretty hokey. We've got like Happy Birthday, General Lee. Welcome, Waylon Jennings. Waylon Jennings finally makes an appearance in here. Carol Yarborough comes to Hazzard. Sitting Dukes. Sky Bandits over Hazzard. When You Wish Upon a Hog, The Haunting of J.D. Hogg. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Duke. It just, I'm not going to like sugarcoat it here. They were like, they were made for like kiddie. It was a kiddie show. And like I said, I outgrew and grew up. I grew up and outgrew the Dukes of Hazzard. Like a lot of kids, millions of kids, if you were 14, 15, you didn't want to stay at home all night long, like on Friday night. You want to go out and party with your friends. So, yeah. The opening episode, Happy Birthday, General Lee. Welcome, Waylon Jennings, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Luke drinks like experimented water, changes his personality. Robot, oh my God. Some of them were pretty, like, John Schneider and Tom Wopat wanted better writing, and I don't think you're going to get that, guys. The writing was on the wall for the Dukes the last season, and that's ironic because, like, in the Friday night time slot here, you know, when they had like when they were on 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., that's where networks usually send their long-running shows to die, so they give an excuse to cancel them. So, and basically Dukes had the kiss of death. What once was a great time slot for them started being a huge suck fest. So, yeah. So basically, they died on Friday nights. They went out the last one, opening night at the Boar's Nest. Like I said, the damage had already been done in season 5. Season 4. Well, when Coy and Vance showed up, so, and the ratings dropped dramatically, and the writing was on the wall then. So there we go. I did post more of season 7 highlights of the Dukes of Hazzard on my blogcast page and my Facebook page. So there we go. So look for it. Yeah. So, anyways, General Lee versus Kit. I'm gonna ask you guys, like, all you gotta do is type in which one you want. Who kicks whose ass, the General Lee or Kit? So there we go. All right. Whew, that was like a mouthful. Oh, holy shit. So, yeah, we'll place this back here. This is Big Jim Blogcast Live. Greta, I see you've just joined us. Like, anyways, yeah. Kit versus General Lee. Who's better? Who would kick whose ass? So, that's the question I'm posing tonight to anybody who wants to answer that. Boom. Oh, God. All right. So, I'm thirsty. Our craft beer for tonight. This is Big Jim Blogcast Live. This is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 7.0, episode 328, Sunday, October 5th, 2025. We've got our craft beer going on tonight. We've got a good cigar here, a Jose El Piedra, Cuban. We've got like a Gibson's Finest whiskey. Cheers, everyone. All right. And we've got like our craft beer. It is called Galaxy Warrior by the Torch Brewing Company. I'm going to top it up here. So, they're in Grand Bend, Ontario, Canada. So let's see here. Oh, yeah. All right. So, look at the texture of that. Like I said, we'll wait till that goes down. But, yeah. It's called Galaxy Warrior. It's a session IPA by the Torch Brewing Company in Grand Bend, Ontario, Canada. All right. So, all right. So, anyways, yeah. It's a very dry tasting beer. Like, it's a session IPA. You've got like it's got you can taste like the citrus in it, the fruity, like it's light hops in there. Whether it like you know, I'm letting it grow on me all throughout the blogcast, but I'm going to step out here and I'm going to say this is a good spring beer for now, early spring beer. All right, so yeah, very dry, very citrusy, fruity, like aftertaste to it. It's got that like spring feel to it. I don't see it as a summer or fall or winter beer yet, but I do give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. If you're still here and sticking around, want to throw out a number like so many people have done in the past, feel free to do so. Excuse me. Torch Brewing Company, Grand Bend, Ontario, Canada. Drop in there. I recommend that. I highly recommend the Torch Brewing Company. So there we go. Look at the close thickness of that. I'll just set this back here for now. All right. So, This is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 7.0, episode 328. As we get to our classic tag team, we have the fabulous Freebirds. All right, so there we go. All right, the fabulous Freebirds. Original members: Michael Hayes, Buddy Roberts, Terry Bam Bam Gordy, Buddy Roberts. They debuted in 1979, and they were active until 1994. Now, Mid-South Head Wrestling boss Bill Watts paired up Michael P.S. Hayes and Terry Bam Bam Gordy, then added Buddy Roberts. They invented the concept which is now called the Freebird rule, and that is any two of three wrestlers can defend any federation's tag team championship. Now, their major feuds: there were Jerry Lawler, Bill Dundee, Mr. Wrestling 1 and 2, Ted DiBiase, the Von Erichs. Oh yeah, I got it. Like classic matches with the Von Erichs there. The Road Warriors and the where are they? Oh yeah, feuds with the Road Warriors. All right. In the AWA, they had a brief run in the WWE, but then they pissed off Andre the Giant when they were late for a show. They came to the AWA, feuded with General Skandor Akbar, Demolition Incorporated, or Devastation Incorporated. In 1987, Terry Gordy and Buddy Roberts went back to World Class Championship Wrestling to continue feuding with the Von Erichs. Michael Hayes came back in 1988. Buddy Roberts was winding down his career. Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin becomes like a Freebird. The Freebirds with Michael Hayes, Buddy Roberts, and gorgeous Terry Gordy. Last run in the Global Wrestling Federation was in 1994. Sadly, Terry Gordy dies of a heart attack July 16, 2001 at age 40. Buddy Roberts dies November 29, 2012, age 67 at pneumonia. Michael Hayes went to work for the WWE as an agent. Here he is interviewing Stone Cold Steve Austin. Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin retired from wrestling as an airline pilot. Now, their major titles: the NWA National Tag Team Championship 3 times, U.S. Tag Team Championship in WCW, the 6-man Tag Team Championship like 4 times, World Class Championship Wrestling 6-man Tag Team Champion 6 times in World Class Championship Wrestling. So, yeah, and I did post more of their promos and matches on my blogcast page, my Facebook page. So yeah, they were in the NWA, 4-time tag team championships, tag team champions. they did feud with a guy with the skyscrapers, Danny Spivey and Mean Mark Callis. Today, Mean Mark Callis is better known as The Undertaker. Also, they did feud with like Ole Anderson. And they did feud with the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, Gene Anderson and Ole Anderson. There we go, the fabulous Freebirds. There we are. So, hey, Kit versus Kit versus General Lee. Who's the best? Who would kick whose ass? Just type it in. All right. So, yeah. And it's like, so we've got the original Freebirds here. Terry Bam Bam Gordy, Buddy Roberts, and Michael P.S. Hayes. Bad Street, Atlanta, GA. All right. So, yeah. Anyway, and I did post more of their, like, their promos and matches, classic matches on my blogcast page, my Facebook page. So, there we go. Big Jim Blogcast Live, you there. Ah. All right. Bam. All right. So, anyways, it's Big Jim Blogcast Live version 7.0, episode 328, Sunday, October 5th, 2025. For the second time tonight, I'm going to do the cube thing here. I'm going to take it out of its Big Jim Blogcast Live coffee mug. Ooh. Harmonica there. Now, for those of you under 30 or don't know what this is like a Rubik's Cube from the 1980s. It's like, premise is pretty simple. You got to get all full colors, all 9 sides. I'm not going to do all 9 tonight too long. I'm going to do the white side, which I've already got going on. A couple of spins here. Boom. All right. So here we go. Bam. All right. Dun, dun, dun. Come on, you biatch. All right. So anyways, there we go. There it is. Okay. So, all right. I'm getting there. All right. So, come on. All right. Okay. So, you bitch. All right. So that's how far, wait, nope, that's how far I got. So I'll just put it in there for its, back in its Big Jim Blogcast Live coffee mug as we move on. All right. Boom. All right. Kit versus General Lee. Who's better? Who would kick whose ass in a street fight? All right. So that's the question I'm posing to people tonight on the blogcast. Oof. All right. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Big fan. There we go. Just, whoa. All right. Okay. Oh. Okay. We've got a double shot tonight. Before we get to our the Rancor guy, our craft beer for tonight, we've got like a good cigar going on with it. It's Jose El Piedra, almost done there. Havana Cuban. So, accompanying that is Gibson's Finest Whiskey. Cheers, everyone. Tonight's craft beer, it is called Galaxy Warrior by the Torch Brewing Company. It's a session IPA. Look how thick that is. I got one of their glasses here. The Torch Brewing Company in Grand Bend, Ontario, Canada. They are on Highway 21. I highly recommend this craft brewery. It's right on the highway, right on Highway 21. You can't miss it. I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight. Give it a little top up. Okay. Yeah. Very dry taste. Dry aftertaste to it. A little bit of a hoppy taste. It's good spring beer for now. It's definitely like Simcoe hops provided with other fruity characteristics. It does go down very smoothly, but it's a very dry after-tasting beer. And like I said, I do give this a rating out of 10 later. I do give it a rating of 1 out of 10 later on in the blogcast. So I've got to grow on me all through the blogcast. So if you want to slip me a number saying, hey, this is what I think you're going to give it, feel free to do so. We're all about audience participation here. Big Jim Blogcast Live. And so, all right. All right. So anyways, we have our, all right. So we've got a double header here. We've got the Roncore from Empire Strikes Back, plus the Roncore guy, Malakili. Now the Roncore, large semi-sentient reptilian carnivorous being to the planet like Dothamor, 5 meters tall, long arms, jaws, armored hides that can withstand the most blaster fire. Subspecies, the jungle Rancor on the planet Felicia, shallow Rancor, the rage Rancor. Its eyes are blue. Skin color it goes from brown to like dark blue. Now Jabba the Hutt kept a pet Rancor in a pit below his palace court and fed the Rancor. Anybody who displeased Jabba the Hutt, Luke Skywalker killed Jabba's Rancor. Rancors have like good night vision for hunting. Rancor skin was an excellent source for leather, for vest and boots. The Galactic Empire attempted to exploit the Rancor for combat. A full-grown Dathamari Rancor was capable of destroying an ASST and all-terrain scout transport. So yeah, I did post, like I said, I posted more backstory on the Rancor on my blogcast page, my Facebook pages, and a couple of clips from Return of the Jedi, where Jabba feeds like a slave girl to the Rancor and a Gamorrean guard. If you look closely, he's got like he's like mowing down on what would be a Gamorrean guard. So there we go. And also, we've got Malakili, the Rancor guy. So, yeah, he was born on Corellia, spends his childhood taming vicious creatures, develops his skills, handling beast. Hired on as a beast master for Hutt circuses, he domesticates a variety of creatures, sand dragons, womp rats, and Rancors. After one of his beasts got loose and killed somebody, he has to alter his career plans there. After the Battle of Yavin, he was made a slave and sent to Jabba the Hutt on Tatooine to be a caretaker to Jabba's variety of creatures, including the male Rancor Patricia. Malakili and Patricia grew fond of each other. Probably looked at him like, hey, there's lunch right there. And when Tusken Raiders tried to attack Malakili, the Rancor saved his life. Luke Skywalker, who traveled to like Tatooine to talk to Jabba for Han Solo's life, fell through the trap. The Rancor tried to eat him. He used the Force. The Rancor was killed by a gate crashing down on his head. Malakili was devastated. Post Return of the Jedi, Malakili leaves like Jabba's palace after the Hutt was killed, accepts like post in Mos Eisley on Tatooine as a beast trainer and all that. So it worked out for him basically. So I did post more of Malakili's like continuing backstory and post story on my blogcast page, my Facebook page. So look for it, like it. There we go. That's the Rancor guy and the Rancor. So, all right, boom. Okay, so, all right, coming up here. Look, this is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 7.0, episode 328, Sunday, October 5th, 2025. Thank you for being here and watching. Bongo. All right, boom. And I want to say, like, I want to remind everybody tonight that Big Jim Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on your Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all these audio listening platforms, or through Podcasting, plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jim Blogcast Live at youtube.com. I want to like give shouts out to the watching the Port Elgin Sarnia groups, Sarnia Rocks, Michelle, you guys rock, supporting Sarnia 2.0. All the pop culture, retro classic, vintage nostalgia, yesteryear groups, all the Van Halen, hard rock, hair metal, classic rock groups, John Denver, craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Trek, Star Wars, pro wrestling, the blog and vlog groups, classic TV and movies, birthdays, bongos, Rubik's, Knight Rider, John Schneider, Dukes of Hazzard groups. Come on, General Lee versus Kit, who would kick whose ass? There we go. All you have to do is type in one. There we go. All right, close up. Boom. Yeehaw! Would it be like this? Yeehaw! Jump or go into super pursuit mode. There we go. All you got to do is type in one. Who would kick whose ass there? All right. So our craft beer for tonight, accompanied by like Jose El Piedra. I got a backup cigar anyway. It's a Jose El Piedra Habana cigar from London Mart. Accompanying our craft beer is Gibson's Finest Whiskey. All right. All right. And the craft beer tonight, it is called Galaxy Warrior by the Torch Brewing Company in Grand Bend, Ontario, Canada. I got one of their glasses here. I'm just going to do a little top up. Whoa. Yeah, I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight. All right. So, yeah, bit of a dry aftertaste to it. Fruity hops in there as well. This is a good spring beer. I recommend, like, this could be good, like, with, like, pizza. This is going to be a good pizza beer. So yeah, fuck. Very dry aftertaste to it. I do give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. So if you're still here and sticking around, feel free to throw in a number between 1 and 10, as I've seen so many people have done in the past. So yeah. So I am going to set this back here. Please feel free to throw out a number between 1 and 10 if you're like curious to see what I'm going to give it. So I will take this back here. Put this back here for now. Knight Rider versus Kit. Who would kick whose ass? All right. I know it's a tough decision, but type it in. All right. So, anyways. Yeah. All right. Our hotline. Oh, yeah. And if you're enjoying tonight's blogcast, feel free to call me up on the hotline, 1-800-867-5309, on your rotary phone or your cell. Hey, Jim, I love that. How's that beer going? We love the blogcast tonight. So, anyways, keep on trucking. 1-800-867-5309, toll free to call. So, yeah. All right. As we've got, I'm going to take this, we've got our classic board game here. Twister. All right. I'm not going to open her up. This, this is your, well-worn, this was, from, actually, I found this at Goodwill. So you can tell, this is ages 6 and up, takes 2 to 4 players. I'm going to explain the concept. You can pretty much see the concept there. It was invented December 14th, 1966 by Charles Foley. He was a successful toy designer in Minneapolis, and Neil Rubens, a president design artist. It was distributed by Milton Bradley. Object of Twister. It's one of those spinners is attached to a board and is used to determine what players has to put their hand and foot. Spinner is divided into 4 sections: left foot, left hand, right hand. Each 4 sections are divided into the 4 colors: red, yellow, green, and blue. After spinning, a combo is called. Example: right hand yellow, and the players must put their matching hand and foot in the correct color. A person is eliminated when they fall, or their elbow can't touches the mat, just touches the mat there. 1984, Hasbro acquired the Milton Bradley rights, becoming Twister's parent company. Inventor Charles Foley dies July 1st, 2013 at age 82. So it's Twister. I'm going to open this puppy up here. All right. Well, all right. So you got like the big mat here. You got like the spinner here. Whoa, there we go. All right, the game that ties you up in knots. All right. So there we go. And it's pretty simple. So, all right. So anyways, yeah. For 2 to 4 players. All right. So look how much fun they're having. If you see this game anywhere in Walmart or thrift store, pick it up. It's like a good party favor game. So I'll just put this back here. All right. So, and I did post, like I said, I did post more of like the Twister board game backstory and classic commercials on my Facebook, on the Blogcast page, my Facebook page. So yeah. All right. Kit versus General Lee. Let's go. Who would kick whose ass? All right. So you got like yeehaw, a jump or super pursuit mode. Let's see. Type it in there. All right. Me, I take the General Lee at a slight edge. So, all right. I gotta warn you guys, there might be a bathroom break, there might not be, so. All right. So yeah, our craft beer for tonight. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Kit versus the General Lee. Who would kick whose ass? And so, all right. Yeah. So basically, tonight's craft beer is accompanied by like Jose Piedra cigar. Not much left of that, but I did bring backup. We've got like it's accompanied by Gibson's Finest Whiskey. So, all right. Cheers, everyone. All right, our craft beer for tonight. Top this up. Give it a little top up. It is called Galaxy Warrior. It's a session IPA by the Torch Brewing Company in Grand Bend, Ontario, Canada. I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight. Good beer. It's a good pizza beer. Goes good with pizza. It goes down very smoothly, even though it's very dry. It's drier than a desert. Wow. Holy. It's a good spring beer. Good fall beer. Yeah. And like I said, if you're still here during the blogcast, the end of the blogcast, I do give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. If you're still here, sticking around, if you want to throw in a number, feel free to do so. All right. I'll just place this back here. And as we get to our Rockstar plane crashes, does this endorsement, Mr. John Denver, does that thumbs up mean that you want to fly with him? You know you don't want to. Here's another picture of Mr. John Denver. All right. So we've got a visual aid here. All right. So it was October 12th, 1997. All right. Okay. 28 years ago. It was October 12th, 1997. This was basically like 28 years ago next week that John Denver would die in a plane crash here. So, John Denver, he was like age 53. He died in like a plane crash while plotting a light plane he bought. That he had a revolt. First of all, John Denver had a revoked pilot's license, and this was an experimental plane. Bad idea, very bad idea. So Denver had bought an experimental Rutan Irez Easy playing, made by somebody else from a kit. Very, again, red flag, bad idea. John Denver was an experienced pilot with over 2,700 hours of experience, but he was not legally permitted to fly at the time of his crash because he had a number of drunk driving arrests in previous years. And so, all right. So, yeah, I got the visual aid here. In 1996, the FAA learned that Denver had failed to stay sober and stay away from alcohol, but they revoked his pilot certification, but his accident was not influenced by alcohol use. Lead cause of the accident was John Denver couldn't switch fuel tanks during flight. So it was, okay, so he takes off. He can't switch fuel tanks during flight. This is over a cliff. Okay, here, my fist is the cliff. He's going, all right. So he's going like, he's there, bam, straight down. And it goes over an embankment, straight down, boom. Larry, I see you're watching. Thank you for joining us. So, yeah, we're on Rockstar Plane Crashes right now. It would be like 28 years ago this next week that he would die in a gruesome plane crash. So, yeah, he failed to switch tanks during the flight. My fist is the embankment. He's like going, oh, fuck, and straight down and just bam. I mean, witnesses to the crash said the plane was head west between 350, it careened between 350 500 feet off the Monterey Bay cliffs, and witnesses heard a loud crash or backfire with the plane suddenly went into a steep nosedive, boom, bam, and onto the rocky coastline. So the plane was destroyed beyond recognition. John Denver, the authorities had to like scoop his remains off, like with a spoon. That's how fucked up and bad that's how it was. He was like splattered into a million pieces off the coastline. And yeah, so I did post more of like John Denver's plane crash on my blogcast page and my Facebook page there. So there we go. That, I mean, I'm not gonna fly with like I'm not gonna fly with John Denver. Like, I mean, come on, man. I mean, if your pilot's license is revoked, red flag there. Experimental plane put together by John Denver with no help, red flag there. So, yeah, it basically his last like hurrah. So, and yeah, so bam, it just went over the cliff like, and oh shit, boom. All right, last call for John Denver here. So, all right, so we put this back here. Like I said, I did post more of like John Denver. Whoa. John Denver and the plane crash investigation on my blogcast page and my Facebook page there. So look for it, like it. All right. So, and we also got like, all right, and also we've got like, shit. All right, let me bring this up. I found this. This is An Evening with John Denver. It was released in February 1975. John Denver's first live album. It's got like he's side B, Rocky Mountain High, Annie's Song. You know, found it in like Goodwill. It's An Evening with John Denver, first live album recorded at the Universal Amphitheater in Los Angeles, California between August and 7th of 1974. John Denver's manager, Milton O'Kunn, was the producer for the album. He was backed by like an orchestra. The band, John Denver vocals on 6 and 12 string guitar, Hal Blaine on percussion. Songs in here. And, like it peaks on the U.S. Billboard Country Album Chart at number 1 and number 7 on the U.S. Billboard 200. So it's a lot. Basically, it's entertaining. I did post a few songs from there on my blogcast page and my Facebook page. So I'll just put this back here. All right. So, yeah. But again, that was like all right. All right. So, anyways, yeah. I did post songs from the Evening with John Denver on my blogcast page, my Facebook page. We're all about diversity here at Big Jim Blogcast Live. So, yeah. Mm, mm, mm. 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 Boom. All right. Yeah, this is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 7.0, episode 328, Sunday, October 5th, 2025. So, yeah, well, and also, Kit versus General Lee, who would kick whose ass? Come on. I know you want to comment on it, so there we go. So just type it in. You either got, yeah, or let's go to Super Pursuit mode. There we go. So, all right. So, so with my cigar tonight, our craft beer tonight, it's a Jose El Piedra, almost done there. It's a Cuban cigar. Accompanying our craft beer is Gibson's Finest Whiskey. All right. So cheers, everyone. All right. And we've got Galaxy Warrior. It's a session IPA. It's by Torch Brewing Company. I got their glass here. Look how thick that beer is. They're in Grand Bend, Ontario, Canada, which is Torch Brewing Company right off the strip. You can't miss it. I highly recommend that. I highly recommend this craft brewery. So, anyways, I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight. All right. Very dry. It's a spring and fall beer. I just came out and said it. Spring and fall beer. It's got very thick texture to it. Very dry aftertaste, like you're walking through a desert. That's why I highly recommend this. Wintertime, spring and fall. I don't see this as a summer beer. I see this as a good beer. Things you can eat with this: pizza. I can't see it being a barbecue beer. I could see it being a back deck patio beer. I do give it a rating out of 10 later on the blogcast, so if you're still here and sticking around, feel free to throw out a number. Galaxy Warrior, Session IPA by the Torch Brewing Company in Grand Bend, Ontario. And so there we go. As we move on. All right, so... Kit versus General Lee, come on. Who would kick whose ass? All right. So I know you want to do that. All right. Okay, bam. Bongo there. All right. So as we get to our classic album, the third in the triple shot of John Schneider tonight, we've got Too Good to Stop Now. All right. Again, yeah, I did see this in in Goodwill, so I thought, what the fuck? I'll just pick it up, But this was released in 1984. On the back there, he's got his oh yeah, all right. So shades of Bo Duke there, all right, without Luke Duke. Released in 1984 through MCA Records, produced by John Schneider and Jimmy Bowen. This is the fifth studio album for John Schneider. The songs: I've Been Around Enough to Know, What You'll Do About Me, Country Girls, Low Class Reunion. Low Class Reunion is a really good song on here. I've Been Around Enough to Know, Low Class Reunion, Too Good to Stop Now, Time of My Life, Trouble, Party of the First Part, I'm Your Man, and Hollywood Heroes. I think John only writes didn't write. Well, wait a minute. No, didn't write a single song on here. It's just songwriters Bob McGill, Dickie Lee, Troy Seals, Dennis Lynn, Gary Morris, Sonny Curtis. It's landed singles Country Girls and I've Been Around Enough to Know were top 5 hits for John Schneider. It reached number 111 on the U.S. Billboard 200 album chart, number 4 on the U.S. top country albums. The band, you had Billy Joe Walker, electric guitar, bass guitar, Tom Robb. Drummer Matt Benton. Keyboards John Jarvis. Trombone Rex Pierre. Clarinet John Gore. Trumpet Terry Mead. Vocal harmonies John Schneider. Course not. Course. Standout singles here, like I said, Low Class Reunion. What You'll Do About Me, Trouble. These are the cool songs on these records. And like I said, this is in 1984. I think John Schneider was trying to escape the stain of like the Dukes of Hazzard, the stigma of the Dukes of Hazzard. So, and he's like basically like he's portraying himself here as a country rebel, the mustache, the wavy hair, you know. So, all right, Too Good to Stop Now by John Schneider. And I did post songs, Trouble, What You'll Do About Me, Low Class Reunion on my blogcast page and my Facebook page there. So we'll just set this back here. Too Good to Stop Now. It's a Low Class Reunion. Boom, boom, boom. All right, boom. Okay. All right. So, all right. Yeah. So if you're going to call me up, if you want to, anyways, so if you want to call me up on the hotline, 1-800-867-5309 on your rotary phone or your cell and saying, hey, how's that beer tonight, Jim? We love the blogcast. Toll free to call, 1-800-867-5309. So, all right. All right. And before we get to my most favorite time in the blogcast, this is Big Jim Blogcast Live 7.0 episode 328, Sunday, October 5th, 2025. I want to remind everybody that Big Jim Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all these audio listing platforms. Reach the podcast to plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jim Blogcast Live at YouTube.com. I want to give shouts out to everybody watching in the Sarnia Port Elgin groups. Sarnia rocks. Michelle, you guys rock. Supporting Sarnia 2.0, all the pop culture, retro, classic, vintage, nostalgia, yesteryear groups. All like the Van Halen, hard rock, hair metal, classic rock groups. John Schneider. John Denver, craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Trek, Star Wars, pro wrestling. Blogspot, classic TV and movies, birthdays, bongos, Rubik's, Dukes of Hazzard, Knight Rider groups. All right, so General Lee versus Kit. Come on, type it in. Who do you think would kick whose ass? Who would, like, you know, yeehaw, the big jump or super pursuit mode? Let's see. Okay, so yeah. So for the for the third time tonight, I am going to do the cube thing. I'm going to take it over this Big Jim Blogcast Live coffee mug here. Oh, there we go. So, anyways, okay. Spraying the apartment down. There we go. Don't want it to smell like a ashtray. This cube, tonight's color is white. Premise is pretty simple. It's a nine sides. You got to get the same colors, all the same sides. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to concentrate on white for a few turns. Boom. All right, here we go. Bam. All right, so, you bastard. Let's go. All right, come on. Come on. Come on. All right. Fuck. All right. So, and that's all I got for now. All right, so I just put it in his Big Jim Blogcast Live coffee mug. I'm going to do it one more time tonight before the blogcast goes off the air. So, yeah. So, and like I said, this is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 7.0, episode 328, Sunday, October 5th, 2025. We've got a great cigar here. It's a Jose El Piedra Cuban cigar. I got that from London Mart. Accompanying that is our Gibson's Finest Whiskey. All right, so cheers. And the craft beer for tonight, it is called Galaxy Warrior. It's a session IPA by the Torch Brewing Company. I've got one of their glasses here. Look how thick that is. Torch Brewing Company on Highway 21 in Grand Bend. You can't miss it. Highly recommended that craft brewery. And I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight. I do get hold on a sec. All right. Very dry aftertaste to it. A little bit of fruit, dry hopped with citrus in it. You can really taste the citrus in it too. This isn't a summer beer. This is more of a spring, fall, and winter beer. And it goes good. It would go good with pizza. And so I can't see this in the summer. But like I said, I do give this a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast, which is coming up shortly. And if you want to throw in a number, feel free to do so. I'll do this. Set this back here for now. Anyways, Kit or the General Lee? Who would kick whose ass? So, come on. I know you want to type it in. All right. So, as we get to my most favorite time in the blogcast here, we have This Week in Van Halen History. All right. Bam. All right. Okay, so anyways, This Week in Van Halen History, we cover September 29th to October 5th. All right. So September 29th, 1995, Van Halen plays the Woodlands Pavilion in Houston, Texas. September 30th, 1988, Van Halen plays Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky. September 30th, 2015, Van Halen plays the Sleep Train Amphitheater in Chula Vista, California. October 1st, 1986, Van Halen plays the Tarrant County Convention Center Arena in Fort Worth, Texas. October 2nd, 1978, Edward Van Halen files his petition for the naturalization to the USA at the District Court in Los Angeles, California. October 2nd, 1998, Van Halen plays the Joint at the Hard Rock Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada. October 3rd, 1981, Van Halen plays at the Lloyd Noble Center in Norman, Oklahoma. October 3rd, 1984, Sammy Hagar plays the Five Seasons Center in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. October 4th, 2015, Van Halen plays its last show at the Hollywood Bowl in California. October 4th, 1974, Montrose opens for Black Oak, Arkansas at the Coliseum in Greensboro, North Carolina. October 5th, 1986, David Lee Roth plays the Centrum in Worcester, Massachusetts. October 5th, 2007, Van Halen played the Mohegan Sun Arena in Uncasville, Connecticut. And that is all for this week in Van Halen history. All right, so okay, all right, Kit versus Knight Rider. Okay, come on, who would kick whose ass in a fight there? All right, so okay, all right, with my blog ID. All right, I'll remind everybody that Big Jim Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all these audio listing platforms. There's a podcast too, plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jim Blogcast Live at youtube.com. I want to give shouts out to everybody watching the Sarnia Port Elgin groups. Port Elgin, Sarnia rocks. Michelle, you guys rock. Supporting Sarnia 2.0. All the pop culture, retro, classic, vintage, nostalgia, yesteryear groups. All the Van Halen, John Denver, hard rock, hero, classic rock groups. All the craft beer, cigar, sci-fi, Star Wars, Star Trek, pro wrestling, blog and vlog groups. Classic TV and movies, birthdays, bongos, Rubik's. And the David Hasselhoff, Knight Rider, John Schneider, Dukes of Hazzard groups. Thank you for watching. All right, bam. Okay, and if you like, if you want to call up the hotline tonight, all right. Ooh. If you want to call up the hotline tonight, 1-800-867-5309. You want to, on your rotary phone or your cell, and you want to tell me, like, how's that beer going down, Jim? And we love the blogcast. It's toll free to call, 1-800-867-5309. So, yeah. All right. So, okay. So, anyways, bam. Bongo. All right. So, it's time for me to rate this beer. What am I going to give it? Somebody throw out a number. If somebody wants to throw out a number, here we go. I'm going to give this beer my final thoughts. All right. So, all right. Okay. Anyways, our craft beer for tonight, accompanied by a good cigar, is a Jose El Piedra. Accompanied by Gibson's Finest Whiskey. Okay. Okay, so, anyways, this is Galaxy Warrior. It's a session IPA by the Torch Brewing Company in Grand Bend, Ontario, Canada. This is I got their glass. This is their beer. Look at the thick texture. It's like I said, trying it for the very first time tonight. Like I said, it had to grow on me all through the podcast. Okay. Very dry aftertaste. This is not a summer beer. This is definitely a spring, summer. This is definitely a spring and fall and winter beer. It goes good with pizza. It's a very dry aftertaste, and I cannot see it being a summer beer at all. If you have your friends over, it's a good back deck beer, but that's about it. It grew on me. Now, it's dry. It's very arid, dry, like a desert. So, and the aftertaste is dry. You want to sip it more. So, I decided long and hard about this beer, okay? Let's see. So, anybody wants to throw out a number, let's see. I am going to give this, there we go. 6 out of 10. There we go. All right. Six out of 10. All right. For Galaxy Warrior. All right. So, anyways, where does that land us on the chart here? All right. So, 6. Above average. Tastes pretty good. Drinkable, but not else going on here. All right. So, there we go. So, yeah. 6 out of 10 for Galaxy Warrior. Torch Brewing Company, Grand Bend, Ontario, Canada. So it's dry, very dry. So cheers, everybody. All right. So I'll just place this back here. I still do recommend Torch Brewing Company. It's like, great little brewery outside, like on Highway 21 in Grand Bend. You can't miss it. Just amazing little brewery right there. So there we go. All right, kudos to them. Let's see if I want to share this blogcast with share to. No, I don't. All right, so okay. So, anyways, yeah. Bongo, boom. All right, so. For the fourth and final time tonight, I'm going to do the cube thing. Take it out of his Big Jim Blogcast Live coffee mug there. All right. So now tonight's color is white. The premise of this cube is pretty simple. It was a legendary toy in the 80s. All 9 sides. You have to get all full colors, all 9 sides. Tonight I'm focusing on the white. So here we go. All right. Here, okay, so, come on. I know you want to. All right, so, come on. All right. Oh, you little biatch, come on. Where am I, come on, where am I going here? All right, so, Oh, okay, come on. All right, that's all I got. So I'm going to place this in a Big Jim Blogcast Live coffee mug. That's it. That's all I got. All right. Bam. All right. Now, okay, I've been getting requests for T-shirts. Now, if you want a T-shirt like mine, all right, Big Jim Blogcast Live, plain white T-shirt with a logo, or you want the baseball jersey with the logo on the front and the back, or any design, tank top, or any of that, just inbox me with a money order or e-transfer, and they are $35 shipping and handling included, 4 to 6 weeks for delivery, and I will do my best to get those out to you. All right, so okay, $35 shipping and handling included, 4 to 6 weeks for delivery. Any design, I'll get that out to you as soon as possible. E-transfer or money order. All right. So I'm going to give you an inspirational, motivational quote tonight. No one can change a person, but someone can be a person's reason to change. By Unknown. Again, no one can change a person, but someone can be a person's reason to change. So, yeah. All right. Anyways, Knight Rider versus Kit. Come on. Who would win in a fight? So, there we go. I'm leaving you with that. Yeah. So, anyways, cheers, everyone. All right. So, okay. Okay. So, anyways, I'm going to remind everybody tonight before I go, you're probably not going to see me next weekend, but Big Jim Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on all these like audio listing platform where you're listening to your podcast to, plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jim Blogcast Live at youtube.com. Plus I want to give shouts out to everybody watching in the Sarnia Port Elgin groups. Sarnia rocks. Michelle, you guys rock. Supporting Sarnia 2.0, all the pop culture, retro, classic, vintage, nostalgia, yesteryear groups, all the Van Halen, John Denver, hard rock, hair metal, classic rock groups, craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Wars, pro wrestling, Star Trek, blog and vlog groups, all the classic TV movies, birthdays, bongos, Rubik's, Knight Rider, Dukes of Hazzard, David Hasselhoff, John Schneider groups, right on. So, all right. So as we get there, come on. All right. So, okay. All right, people, that's it for me. You're probably not going to see me next weekend. This is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 7.0, episode 328, Sunday, October 5th, 2025. Our craft beer review session, Galaxy Warrior Session IPA, and the Torch Brewing Company, Grand Bend, Ontario, Canada. I gave it a 6 out of 10. Birthday shout-outs, Loretta Harris, Teresa Burke, Penny Lawler, Maureen O'Neill, Teresa Gregg, hello, Para Bays, Carla Belrose, Brian Pinnell. Our countdowns, our local events, our John Schneider triple shot with the Eddie Macons run, Dukes of Hazzard season 7, the last ride, classic tag team, the Freebirds, the Rancor guy, our classic board game Twister, our Rockstar Plane Crash with John Denver, classic album John Schneider, Too Good to Stop Now, this week in Van Halen history, our inspirational, motivational quote, no one can change a person, but someone can be a person's reason to change, I know. Thank you, everybody. And that's it for me, Big Jim Blogcast Live. You probably won't see me next weekend, but you'll see me the following weekend after. And so, cheers, everyone. Enjoy the entrance music. There we exit. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, have a good weekend, everybody. Everybody has to go back to the weekend tomorrow. Work tomorrow. Here in Canada, we have Thanksgiving next weekend, so that's probably why I won't be here. Yeah, so I want you to enjoy this. Look forward to a long weekend next weekend. So for people living, for Canadians. So anyways, cheers everybody. That's it for me. Big Jims Blogcast Live, Sunday, October 5th, 2025. All right. Cheers everybody. I'm out. Huh.